Cédric. Rapproche-toi des micros. Comme tu étais. On voit tout le monde. OK, donc, race 3, troisième édition, performance numéro 1. Prise 1, on clappe. Attention tout le monde. Quand vous êtes prêts dans 3, 2, 1.
We are Robin DeConte and Dave Kokomal and our daughter Faith DeConte. While Dave is preparing and showing you what kind of work goes into a drum, making a drum, he's a traditional drum maker, and many singers call him to make drums for them. He'll show you what goes into some of the preparation. This is only some of the work that's being done here. I will talk with you about my role, woman's role with drum singing, and what I've come to learn over time. We're here today to share with you what we've learned over many years of rediscovering and reclaiming our culture as First Nations. Dave is a free man from Eastern Ontario, Northern Ontario. I'm an awesome woman from Zibi, which is 2 hours north of here in Ottawa. My daughter is from Nakota. And we both live in our community. Dave lives with us as well. We're a family together, and we do a lot of traveling and singing and dancing in gatherings. And what I can mention first as a woman involved with singing and drum singing is when I was a young person and I was a teenager back in the 1980s, I had taken it upon myself to learn about drum singing, and I was spiritually drawn to hearing our people sing their traditional singing. And I was curious and I wanted to know more. And it wasn't available in my community at that time because of all the laws that were imposed upon us as people, and to not practice those things. So when I heard drum singing, first time I was 12, actually. I didn't grow up with drum singing when I was a child. It was only in my later teenage years that I discovered this. And I was immediately drawn to it, and I sought out teachers, traditional teachers outside of our community, because there were none in our community, because at that time it was not really cool. It was not cool to be Native, like amongst our own people. It was more accepted to be non-Native or go into more of a non-Native lifestyle and get into education and prioritize that in your life. So this was part of an education, life learning education, spiritual learning, spiritual experience that I undertook when I was young. And I had learned that a woman's role around the drum is to strengthen the men who are sitting at the drum singing. There's different teachings, there are different versions of how the drum came to be to our people. And in the different nation hearing and teachings that I've learned from, the drum was gifted to the men from the women to honor peace and to maintain peace and harmony among the women. And a beautiful teaching I just heard recently too that was shared to me was the woman doesn't drum because when the woman is a life giver, she provides the first heartbeat. She provides the first drum beat to the baby. When the baby is in her womb, she nurtures and creates that baby with the drum beat, the heartbeat of our earth, of the earth that we're a part of, Mother Earth. And that's how the baby first comes into this world, is carrying that heartbeat from her mother. So when the babies come out, then they hear this from their fathers, their uncles, their grandfathers, and the women stand around the men and to protect the men and keep that circle strong around them. We lend our voices to keep the singing strong and keep the heartbeat strong of our Mother the Earth. So that's how Dave puts together the drums. And Dave will talk about men and his drum singing. I just want to share that a little bit with you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, what I did here was the beginning of making up my hand drum, and this is the finished product. Here, this is what it's exactly going to look like once it's dry. I put the cross pieces in there, and this is elk hide with wood, with regular, could be birch or ash or whatever, and drumstick here, just basically just any kind of wood and with something soft on the end. I've been singing now since I was a kid, since I was 14 years old. Back then, where we come from, we didn't have high school, so they had to ship us down south to go to school. And I ended up in North Bay, and that's where I first heard the drum. And a drum is like a spirit, you know, it's like a rebirth of something that happened to me in my soul at the time. It touched the soul, and I never left the drum, and I've always been around the drum ever since. And that's how I met my wife. That's how she created our daughter here, my stepdaughter, Faith. So we've been involved with traveling around, singing and stuff like that for so long, like she said. And I'm more of just a doer than a talker. So we're just gonna continue on here. We're very blessed to have Faith come along. And what we could do is maybe have Faith come in and talk, but before that, I'd like to explain it. People are always asking, where does the drum come from? All right. What does this song mean? Okay, she had explained about the drum, so I'm going to explain a little bit about what does this song mean? Is that a language? Well, every language, there's an accent. There's an accent that's a pronunciation, how to speak, like French, Cree. There's an accent, a special accent. Well, there's a special accent in these songs. And every song is not the same. They all have a different accent. And that's how you can tell, differentiate between the songs. And there's no words in there. They're just straight songs. They're just straight vocables, they're called. There are words now lately, back since in the 80s, they started coming more popular, but usually word songs were used for ceremonial purposes or something honoring something that's honorable. But nowadays they just use words that really just express what's going on at the moment. So, but back then it was used more for ceremonial purposes. That's what that is. People always ask us, what does that mean? What does that mean? Is that a language? And that's a connection to the spirit world, is what the elders talk about. You know, when you're praying and stuff, that's an expression about maybe somebody that's passed away or somebody that's you're trying to connect with spiritually, wherever it is that you believe in. There are songs, special songs that are sung to just in recognition. So with that, I'd like to introduce Faith DeConti. She's going to come up here. Oh, sorry.
Okay, well, we'll take a moment to talk about the jingle dress. Faith has graciously accepted to dance for us today, and she's been a powwow dancer, and she danced at gatherings since she was small, since she was in diapers. So she's going to share some of her dance style with us today, or this dance style. She dances just about all the dance styles, but today she's going to share with us jingle dress dance. We are blessed as First Nations women and Anishinaabe women first introduced this dress to all nations as and shared the healing story behind this dress. This is a healing dress for all of our people at a time when it came to our people around the era of residential schools, when the babies were being taken away, the children were being taken away and put into these schools, and there was a dream that happened amongst Ojibwe people in Ontario that spoke about how to make this dress and how this dress would help the woman dancing in it, and the people who asked her to dance with this dress. So it's a healing dress, and there are special feasts and songs that go with this dress as well. And we dance in social dances as well with this dress today outside ceremony time. So with that, I'd like to say this is something I shared with my daughter and her upbringing, and as a mother and daughter, this is something we share together and travel together, and I felt it was important for her to learn this, and she didn't have to struggle in her teen years like I did, rediscovering what and reclaiming what our culture was. And Dave spoke about that too, how he learned about it. So she and other young people of her era were able to live this lifely and learn about it naturally when they were babies. And so I'm thankful for that. And we want to encourage other young people and youth to stay strong and learn about your culture and pick up what you need to learn to keep your life well and happy and strong. So with that, we will sing two different types of dances with this song. The first song will be a straight song, and the second song will be a side step song.
Thank you very much. We're going to close off with Faith. Did you want to? Okay, what we're gonna do. Sorry about that, got lost there. But what we're gonna do here, we're gonna finish it off with a round dance. We really appreciate you all inviting us here and all that. There, you know, we really enjoy coming here and sharing our lifestyle with you. And we appreciate that. So we're gonna do finish it off here with a round dance with my wife. Most of these songs that I'm singing are my own songs but except for the first one that we sang was a flag song that I heard many, many years ago as a kid. So I wanted to share those words in that one, but I decided I wanted to sing it straight. But most of these songs that I composed myself. So that's what we're gonna do. This is a round dance style. This is a round dance. They have it every winter. They come to celebrate. What it is, it's a celebration of life. If you want to honor somebody that's graduated, or you want to remember somebody that's passed away, or something that's a big achievement in someone's life, or a birthday, the family puts on this round dance, it's called. They come together. It's a ceremony. It's all done ceremonial-wise, and people dance. During the dance, there's giveaways and songs. There's special songs. A lot of these songs are special songs, honoring songs. We just don't sing anything we want to sing, unless it's you made that song. You think about how you want to relate that song to somebody. That's where that comes from. But most of these songs also come from way back, from a lot of the elders that passed on. I'll share these songs and say, hey, you young guys, you sing these songs, they're special songs. You know, so we have to follow those protocols sometimes. And
I just want to mention too, the origin of the round dance originally was to honor the ones who passed on, our ancestors. It's a dance with the dead, and we call them and dance with them. that's why it's a very tranquil type of dance. It's not a rambunctious type of dance, and the kind of singing, the song is tranquil singing. It's not like a robust sound like a traditional, like a powwow type of dance. And we keep that in mind too when we're singing these songs. It's to honor our ancestors that have passed on and who are amongst us today and still continue to be with us today in a different way.
Okay, here we go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us. Yeah.
You're connecting us like to the right places. Thank you.
Merci.